Hello and welcome to Express News. I'm Gautam Roy and these are the top 100-day stories delivered to you in a flash, beginning right from the top. Well, the world's biggest inoculation drive is set to begin in India from Saturday. The process of delivering consignments of COVID vaccines at regional distribution hubs in different states began yesterday. Vistara Airlines aircraft reached the Delhi airport today with the second consignment of the Bharat Biotech vaccine, Covaxin. Nearly 55 lakh doses have been delivered yesterday itself, and all the vaccines will reach their respective destinations by tomorrow. The first consignment of Covaxin by Bharat Biotech arrived in Delhi from Hyderabad. The first batch of the vaccine from Pune arrived in the national capital yesterday. The vaccine manufactured by the Pune-based Serum Institute of India reached Ranchi this morning by a special cargo plane. The vaccine was taken to the RCH Vaccine Centre at Namkum, and from there it will be sent further to various districts. The first consignment of coronavirus vaccine has reached Agartala as well. The consignment has been sent to the Vaccine Cold Chain Centre. This will be delivered to 15 vaccine centres located in 8 major districts of the state. A consignment of coronavirus vaccine has also reached Bhopal. The vaccine will be delivered by tomorrow by road to Gwalior district. A total of 5,06,000 vials are to be delivered in the first phase of vaccination in the state, of which 94,000 will be delivered in Bhopal. The first batch of COVID vaccine has also arrived in Kerala. The batch arrived at the Cochin airport this morning by a Go Air flight for the first phase of inoculation. Bharat Biotech has announced a successful air shipment of Covaxin to 11 cities in the country in the early hours of Wednesday. Bharat Biotech has also donated 16.5 lakh doses of the vaccine to the Government of India. Member Health Niti Aayog Dr. V.K. Paul has said that both the authorized vaccines, Covaxin and Covishield, are safe, effective and affordable for all. India's active caseload has fallen to 2.14 lakh, that is 2,14,507 today. The share of active cases in the total positive cases has further shrunk to 2.04%. India recorded lowest active caseload after 197 days. The total active cases were 2,15,125 on the 30th of June 2020. A net decline of 2,051 cases has been recorded in the total active cases in the last 24 hours. COVID cases in India are registering a consistent decline on a daily basis. Less than 16,000 daily new cases, that is 15,968 precisely, were added to the national tally in the last 24 hours. On the other hand, 17,817 recoveries were also registered in the last 24 hours. Recoveries outnumbering new cases have ensured a steady fall in the active cases. The total recovered cases stand at 1,129,111, which translates to a recovery rate of 96.51%. The gap between recovered cases and active cases continues to grow and presently stands at 99,14,604. 81.83% of the new recovered cases are observed to be concentrated in 10 states and union territories. Kerala has reported the maximum number of single-day recoveries with 4,270 recoveries. Maharashtra has 3,282 new recoveries. Chhattisgarh recorded another 1,207 daily recoveries. 74.82% of the new cases are concentrated in 7 states and union territories. Kerala reported the maximum daily new cases, numbering 5,507 in the last 24 hours. Maharashtra recorded 2,936 new cases, while Karnataka reported 751 new cases yesterday. 7 states and union territories account for 70.3% of the 202 case fatalities reported in the last 24 hours. Maharashtra reported 50 deaths. Kerala and West Bengal followed with 25 and 18 new deaths. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, a total of 18,34,89,114 samples tested for COVID-19 so far, of which 8,36,227 samples were tested yesterday. The rollout of the COVID-19 vaccines will provide priority to healthcare and frontline workers, who are estimated to be around 3 crores, followed by those above 50 years of age and the under 50 population groups with comorbidities numbering around 27 crores. The total number of persons found to be positive with the new UK variant GENOME now stands at 102 today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated all the beneficiaries of PM Fasal Bima Yojana on the completion of its 5 years. In a series of tweets, the PM said, "An important initiative to secure hard-working farmers from the vagaries of nature, PM Fasal Bima Yojana completes 5 years today. The Yojana has increased coverage, mitigated risk and benefited crores of farmers. I congratulated all beneficiaries of the scheme." Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said that agriculture is one of the most important occupations in the country. 86,000 crore rupees assistance has been given to farmers as part of PM Fasal Bima Yojana. Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa inducted 7 new ministers into his cabinet today. Karnataka Governor administered the oath of office to the 7 ministers. Death toll in the MORENA HOOCH tragedy has climbed to 20. Morena's district collector and superintendent of police have been removed with immediate effect in connection with this case. Harvest Festival of Lohri is being celebrated today. President Ramnath Kovind extended greetings to citizens on the occasion of the festival of Lohri. Prime Minister Modi greeted countrymen on the occasion of Bhogi. The Cabinet Committee on Security, chaired by Prime Minister Modi, today approved the largest indigenous defence procurement deal worth about 48,000 crore rupees to strengthen the Indian Air Force's fleet of homegrown fighter jet LCA Tejas. This deal will be a game changer for self-reliance in the Indian defence manufacturing sector. SENSEX slipped today 24.79 points to close at 49,492.32. Nifty 50 also got nudged to 1.4 points higher to close at 40,564.85. The prices of gold saw a surge of 0.71% today. Gold rose by 348 rupees to reach 49,393 rupees per 10 grams. Silver futures slipped to 0.52% or 345 rupees to 66,251 rupees per kg. The Indian rupee climbed by 10 paise to finish at 73.15 against the US dollar. Petrol prices on Wednesday touched a new high of 84 rupees 45 paise per litre in the national capital after state-owned fuel retailers hiked prices following a 5-day hiatus. Petrol and diesel prices were hiked by 25 paise per litre each. Retail inflation for December data, for which was also released, offered some relief for the common man with price hike levels easing to a 15-month low of 4.59% on account of a dip in food inflation. With this, the headline inflation rate has slipped back into the Reserve Bank of India's target band of 2 to 6% for the first time in 9 months. Vegetable prices fell 10.41% from a year ago in December, while cereals were up only 0.98%. Core inflation, which excludes food and fuel costs, was estimated at around 5.7% for the month. Billionaire Elon Musk-led Tesla has registered a subsidiary company in India as the electric vehicle maker eyes a slice of the largely untapped domestic sustainable automobile market. The new entity, Tesla India Motors and Energy Private Limited, is registered in Bengaluru in Karnataka and is classified as a subsidiary of a foreign company. Tesla has named Vaibhav Taneja, Venkat Rangam Sriram and David John Feinstein as the 3 directors in the newly formed entity in the country. The US government said that it would begin collecting an additional 15% duties on aircraft parts and other products from France and Germany after failing to resolve a 16-year dispute over aircraft subsidies with the European Union. The fines would be imposed on aircraft parts, including fuselage and wing assemblies. The US Trade Representative's office said that a 25% duty will be levied on certain wines from these countries as well. The COVID virus continues to plague the entire world, infecting over 9 crore 21 lakh people. Over 6 crore 59 lakh people have recovered so far. COVID-19 has claimed more than 19 lakh 72,000 lives worldwide. The Trump administration said it's releasing millions of COVID-19 vaccine doses it has been holding back for second shots and urged states to offer them to all Americans aged over 65 years or with chronic health conditions. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has informed that the U.S. pace of inoculations has risen to 7 lakh shots per day and is expected to rise to 1 million per day within a week to 10 days. In California, health authorities are scrambling to tackle the growing COVID-19 patient load on hospitals. Few hospitals have also set up new tents to screen and test people for COVID-19 on their arrival. The hospitals are even falling short of ICUs. Again in California, the pandemic is taking a toll on medical staff, with many unable to cope with the emotional impact. Some restaurants and gyms have reopened, defying state protocols. China is stepping up measures to contain a possible widespread coronavirus outbreak in areas surrounding capital Beijing, with LANGFANG city in Hebei province put under lockdown. Beijing also shut highways heading its way from the neighboring province amid rising infections. In a news briefing, Hebei authorities said that a total of about 22 million people in 3 cities, Xinjiang, Qingdai and Langfang, have been placed under COVID-19 lockdown. Argentina successfully passed clinical trials of a hyperimmune serum to combat COVID-19 developed with antibodies from horses, and its distribution will begin over the next few days. The serum, to be prescribed at hospitals and other medical facilities, is produced by Argentine biotechnology company Immunova. The anti-COVID-19 serum has already completed its last phase of clinical studies, and Immunova is also looking into the possibility of taking its treatment internationally. The Dutch government is expected to announce a 3-week extension of COVID-19 lockdown measures. Citing government sources, national broadcaster NOS said that the lockdown would be lengthened through the first week of February instead of being lifted on the 19th of January. All schools in many stores across the country were shut in mid-December, and second consecutive week in which cases fell. Coronavirus infections in the Netherlands declined by 12% to 8.83 lakh. Deputy Health Minister Hugo Lopez-Gatell said that Mexican health authorities will quickly make a decision on whether to authorize Russia's Sputnik 5 COVID-19 vaccine after getting access to data on it. Indonesia has kick-started rolling out COVID-19 vaccine, with President Joko Widodo receiving the first dose of the inoculation. Indonesia had earlier approved emergency use of Chinese-made COVID-19 vaccine. Instead of vaccinating elderly people in the first phase after frontline workers, it will target younger working people aged 18 to 59. Brazilian researchers have found general efficacy of the Chinese SINOVAC vaccine to be 50.4%, which is barely enough for regulatory approval. These findings of the late trial are major disappointment for Brazil, which is already lined up to begin immunization during the second wave of the pandemic. US President Donald Trump said in a speech on Tuesday that he is not concerned about the 25th Amendment allowing his cabinet to remove him from office, even as a Democrat-led US House of Representatives moved ahead with a resolution pressing Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the constitutional provision. The US House of Representatives voted Tuesday night to pass a resolution urging Vice President Mike Pence to oust Donald Trump through the 25th Amendment. The resolution was expected to pass because Democrats hold a majority in the House. After the resolution passes, Pence has 24 hours to respond. Video sharing app YouTube has barred new content from being posted on US President Donald Trump's account for at least a week over a violation of its policies. YouTube, in a statement on Twitter, said, and I quote, "After review and in light of concerns about the ongoing potential of violence, we removed new content uploaded to Donald J. Trump's channel for violating our policies. It now has its first strike and it's temporarily prevented from uploading new content for a minimum of 7 days. The comment section has also been disabled," the app stated further. Mealworms may soon find their way into Europe's pasta bowls and dinner dishes after becoming the first insect approved in the region as a human food. The decision was taken by the European Food Safety Agency on Wednesday. The decision paves the way for the yellow grubs to be used whole and dried in curries and other recipes, and as a flour to make biscuits, pastas and breads. A team of scientists from AARHUS claimed to have found a way to create a new effective and sustainable glue. They found their inspiration for the glue in nature, more specifically in mussels and the way they stick to the rocks in the sea. According to scientists, the mussels sit where the tide goes in and out and where the current is strong. The glue holds to the rock where it is nutrition rich. The scientists are inspired by the same technology for the development of the new glue. The scientists have teamed up with a shoe producer who's hoping to use the glue in their future products. Rope jumping is back in Australia. A dozen people gathered atop a cliff about 60 meters above the ocean near the Coorong in Australia's eastern New South Wales state to showcase their passion for a stomach-churning adventure sport. The jumpers leap off while wearing a harness with a rope attached to another line that is strung between two cliffs, one on either side of the jumper. In Germany, heavy snowfall has turned the streets of Frankfurt white, cheering up the locals, especially children, who look delighted as they make snowmen and play in the snow. Tunisian women who say they have long been excluded from the world of turntables and electronic music flock to a local DJ academy to help launch a career for themselves. The academy has been founded to train the women who work during late nights in nightclubs or Basin DJ music mixing. The DJ Academy for Girls trains students, giving them hands-on experience in addition to their theoretical modules to battle stereotypes in the North African country that music mixing can only be performed by men. The Tunisian DJ Academy has taught 50 students in Tunisia since its inception. Sports now, and Ajinkya Rahane-led Team India on Wednesday started their preparations for the India vs Australia 4th Test in Brisbane. After having a lengthy discussion with coach Ravi Shastri, Indian players hit the nets as they get ready for the GABBA challenge. And Team India has been practicing pretty hard as well. It's injury ravaged, but is set to make at least 3 changes in their squad for the last test of the series in Brisbane. The Board of Control for Cricket in India will hold its Apex Council meeting on Sunday. Tax solution for T20 World Cup, discussion on the NCA project, hiring of personnel for NCA Bengaluru to be the highlights of the Apex Council meeting. Former Sri Lankan captain ANGELO MATHEWS has recovered from injury and was named on Wednesday in a 22-player squad to face England in 2 tests in Galle. In tennis, Ankita Rana, India's highest-ranked women tennis player, suffered a heartbreaking loss in the final round of the Australian Open qualifiers. She went down to Serbian teenager Olga Danilovic 2-6, 6-3, 1-6 in the topsy-turvy clash on Wednesday. Badminton, and Indian men's doubles pair of Satwiksairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty cruised into the second round of the ongoing Thailand Open. The world number 10 Indian pair outclassed South Korean pair of Kim Ji-young and Lee Yong-dae 19-21, 21-16 and 21-14 in the first round of the tournament. Football now, and Paul Pogba fired Manchester United to the top of the Premier League as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men ground out an important victory at Burnley. The Red Devils had won their previous 4 visits to Turf Moor and knew a positive result would move them up at this stage of the season for the first time since Sir Alex Ferguson bowed out as champion in 2012-13. United's victory sends them 3 points clear of champions Liverpool ahead of Sunday's Anfield showdown. Everton maintained their challenge for a Champions League spot with victory at Wolves thanks to Michael Keane's 77th minute winner. Victory lifts Everton back into the top 4 of the EPL table, 4 points behind new leader Manchester United. Sheffield United finally gained their first Premier League win of the season in their 18th game as they beat 10-man Newcastle United by a solitary goal from Billy Sharp. Manchester City will be aiming to stretch their winning run across all competitions to 7 matches when they welcome Brighton and Hove Albion to the Etihad for tonight's Premier League match. 6 times winners, Fiorentina host Inter Milan in the Coppa Italia last 16. Inter Milan have suffered a slight slump in recent weeks and need to step up to the plate in this game. Atletico Madrid stretched their advantage at the top of La Liga to 4 points with a 2-0 win over Sevilla. The 37th Spanish Super Cup kicks off on Wednesday as Real Sociedad face off against Barcelona in the first semi-final. Japan's government is continuing with preparations to hold the Tokyo Olympics this summer as planned, following a postponement because of the coronavirus pandemic. The president of Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee, Yoshiro Mori, says impossible to delay Olympics despite opinion polls showing a majority of respondents want them postponed again or cancelled. Renowned off-road motorcycle racer C.S. Santosh continues to be under observation but has been cleared to fly back to India. The 37-year-old Santosh suffered the crash last Wednesday and was airlifted to a hospital in Jeddah. Entertainment now, and South Indian superstar Joseph Vijay Chandrasekhar starrer action thriller flick Master released today with fans thronging theatres in parts of southern and western India in huge numbers. Excited fans lined up at theatres in Chennai, Mumbai and Madurai to watch the first day first show of the movie. The teaser of Pariniti Chopra's new movie The Girl on the Train has been released and is now streaming on social media. The movie is a Hindi adaptation of the Emily Blunt starrer 2016 Hollywood movie by the same name. The film is slated to release on Netflix in May this year. The teaser of Amazon original crime thriller web series The Family Man Season 2 is out. The show stars Manoj Bajpayee in the lead role. The second edition of the show will also feature Telugu star Samant Akineni, while Sharib Hashmi, Shreya Dhanvantari, Priyamani and Sunny Hinduja will reprise their roles from season 1. Today is the death anniversary of eminent tabla player Ustad Ahmed Jan Khan, well known as Thirakwa. He was conferred with Padma Bhushan for his contribution to Indian classical music. OTT platform Netflix Inc. is all set to release over 70 movies this year for its customers in the US. Out of these, 4 of the films will be available to Netflix customers in more than 190 countries it serves. 10 of the films are in languages other than English. Additional films will be released in markets outside the US. The Netflix slate this year includes Gal Gadot and Dwayne Johnson starrer crime thriller Red Notice, zombie heist film Army of the Dead, and Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence starrer comedy Don't Look Up. The Netflix 2021 schedule includes 18 dramas, 9 thrillers, 8 animated films and 8 romances. The children of director Spike Lee and Tonya Lewis-Lee have been selected as the Golden Globes' ambassadors for 2021. Sachel and Jackson Lee were introduced by last year's ambassadors Dylan and Paris Brosnan, the children of actor Pierce Brosnan and Keely Young. Each year, new ambassadors are selected to represent Hollywood's next generation. The winners of the 30th Annual Independent Filmmaker Project Gotham Awards were announced virtually, with actors Riz Ahmed and Nicole Behari winning the awards for Best Actor and Best Actress respectively. While Ahmed was given the award for The Sound of Metal, Behari was given the award for Miss Juneteenth. Late actor Chadwick Boseman, actress Viola Davis and director Steve McQueen received career tributes during the program. Nicole Kidman presented Ryan Murphy with the Industry Tribute Honour. And 3 of the 4 stars of the popular HBO series Sex and the City will reunite for a new show, and just like that picks up with the same characters roughly 2 decades older. The new 10-episode half-hour series will air on HBO Max and star Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon and Kristen Davis in the roles they made famous during the late 1990s and early 2000s. And that's it for the moment in Express News with the latest cut news as always on DD India. Do stay tuned.